Yo, what up? It's your boy Sicksteen, Yesterdays Nothing, and this is the first premiere episode of Yesterdays Nothing TV. Started out with Yesterdays Nothing, the blog. We posted your favorite independent hip-hop artists online. Moved that to Yesterdays Nothing Radio. Posted the interviews online. But now we're doing Yesterdays Nothing TV, where I'm going to sit down live with your favorite up-and-coming indie artists, give you the inside scoop. And without further ado, let me introduce our first guest, Shuicide Holla. What's happening, man?
Nothing, man.
Thank you for coming on to Yesterday's Nothing TV.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for having me.
For sure, man. No problem. And for starters, let the people know Shuicide Holla, that name. How did you get that?
Shuicide Holla, the name Shuicide, it actually formed from, you know what I'm saying, my love for shoes and collecting kicks way back. I just basically, I had a bar like on my very first mixtape where I said so many fucking kicks I'ma die Shuicide or something like that. So I just thought about it. And it was just like, a group of individuals that go kick it at that. Me and my niggas always kicking, just kicking. So I'm like, Shuicide, that rhyme, you know what I'm saying? That go good. So I just ran with the Shuicide Holla. I used to go by Young Holla.
Right. Put it together?
Yeah, so I just took the Shuicide, dropped the Young, and put it on that Holla.
Word. Okay. Now, the first time I seen you perform, it was at the Art City Cypher. Shout out to Steph Sloss for putting that on. And, you know, you did a very good job. Can you tell us about that experience, what that did for your career at that moment?
Well, it was more so, you know what I'm saying, I came in there and it was a lot of, you know what I'm saying, it was a lot of good artists in there, including yourself. You know, you had Ref, you had Boss Lucci, and you had Lil Mar from EC. So I came in there, it was a nice crowd, and I just fed off the energy, man, and I just went nuts on the beat. It definitely got a lot of ears open. Right. And they start paying more attention to the lyrics because people had heard like, yeah, dude can spit, but let me really hear like what he got. So he got a lot of ears open. It definitely busted, you know what I'm saying, another door open.
And another thing I wanted to talk about was the Big L influence.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I brought up that cypher because, like you said, I noticed it did a lot for you. The crowd was really hyped. Another thing I noticed in your music is a Big L homage kind of that you pay. You know what I'm saying? The word life. I see every now and then. Can you tell us about why he's so important to your career and your rap?
Well, it's funny because back when I was in high school, 9th, 10th grade, I was a class clown, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hooper, but I was a class clown, so I could never make grades. I always used to be in class doing stupid stuff, getting kicked out. So in order for me to keep up or with the grades or get extra credit, my teacher used to be like, well, you know what I'm saying, you always rapping a little bit, why don't you make some raps about history or raps about this and that? And I just would go home and listen to some Big L, and just, I was riding off his template for so long, back to listen to joints like Ebonics and, you know what I'm saying, Gamble with Snake, joints like that, the whole Big L, you know what I'm saying, album. Yeah. And ever since then, and even before, you know what I'm saying, I was rocking with him. I just didn't know much about him until probably like my junior year. I started really studying up on him, man, so L heavy, you know what I'm saying, a heavy influence.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, though. I noticed that, and I think it's crazy because a lot of artists today don't pay homage to the lyricists or some of the people that paved the way. And in that same vein, let's talk about Cleveland. What artists from Cleveland inspired you to rap, influence your style, things like that?
Well, honestly, I think I'm a little different than the average artist on the simple fact that I never really listened to mainstream. Period. Like whatever was hot or was on the radio, you know, you would hear it like on the radio and stuff like that, but I never really just was like, I need to get that tape or nothing. Like, honestly, I never really listened to Jay besides what was, you know what I'm saying, Change Clothes and all the joints that was on when I was in like middle school. But
the singles,
yeah, like stuff I used to listen to was like underground artists from New York, like Straws and, you know what I'm saying, some D Block. And I listened to these guys that was punchline heavy, like Graf out of Queens, people like that. So that's why I used to rock with L so heavy. And as far as the Cleveland scene coming up, I never really heard nobody that just made me feel like, oh man, he got that talent that make me want to pick up the mic. I haven't really heard it. I mean, I used to hear a lot of Chip and things like that, but I just used to be like, yeah, this dude is nice. But he wasn't the reason I picked up the mic.
I got you.
It was more so some classic artists from different states.
Okay, that's what's up. Let's talk a little bit about some successes you had, because we know you got the Ohio Hip Hop Award Lyricist of the Year.
Yes.
So how did that feel to get that, and what do you think you did to earn that?
Well, I just went with a crazy template. Like I just basically piled my plate up heavy, you know what I'm saying? Food from everywhere. Right. And just put it on there and just pray, you know. I just basically set up nights and long days and nights writing until I came up with a different style, a whole different cadence, a flow that wasn't heard before but was still lyrical enough to where people could be like, did you hear what he said?
Right.
I ain't want to pack a lot of words up to where people have to be grinding and all that, but have it still be that good flow. So when I got nominated for it, I was surprised because I didn't think people was hearing me yet. But I definitely was dropping industry freestyle after freestyle. Like I was flooding for like, I just started September 2011. I flooded like the whole 2012 with just freestyles.
True, that is true.
So by the time I dropped the freshman year joint, a lot of people was more hip. And then I went down to the Hip Hop Awards 2012 and just to support. By 2013, they already knew like that dude, you know what I'm saying, his flow is crazy.
Right.
So, I mean, when I won it, I was surprised because the guy that I actually won it over won like 5 years straight.
Okay.
He's out of, I want to say Columbus or Cincinnati. His name is Copyright.
Okay, you're right about that. So that's what's up though. You broke a streak. I mean, yeah, that's big.
And I'm hoping to carry one. But
word.
Yeah, I listened to a couple of his joints when I listened to all the nominees and both of the categories I was in, Best New Artist and Lyricist of the Year. Yeah. But yeah, dude, he can spit.
That's what's up. Okay. Let's talk about the album. Like I said, talking about successes, you dropped Shoe the album. Let's talk about that. What inspired you to create it? Call it the album. The cover was crazy. Like all of that.
Yeah, it was. I called that an album for the simple fact I had put out 4 mixtapes already. Like I put out Kick Game 1, 2, 3, and then freshman year hosted by DJ EV, and I'm like, you know, the mixtape game cool, but I got these original joints. I got all these originals. Let me put these together. And from a lot of interviews, I study a lot of templates of industry artists. I hear a lot of them say, if you got a joint that's all original, it's not on mixtape. Back in the day, back in the 90s, a mixtape was you taking a bunch of these beats that was already industry and you know what I'm saying, rapping over them. That's a mixtape. If you're gonna have something that's all original, call it a project. Basically, if you don't want to call it your album, just call it a project, or whether it be an EP, whatever it is. But I'm like, this is an album for the simple fact I just put a lot of thought and a lot of pureness into it, like things that came from deep within. I ain't just grabbed some original beats and was just like, what's popular right now? Let me talk about the Molly, or let me talk about this or that, or the ganja, you know what I'm saying? So I just put together a bunch of hard body joints, and they was just too nice for me to call it anything but an album.
Alright. I feel it though. That's what's up, man. And going a step back, maybe you talked about the hustle when you flooded 2012.
Yeah.
And that's one of the last things I wanted to comment on or ask you about, because that's, I think, I mean, you can't spit, you know what I'm saying, you got bars, but I think your biggest asset, just like outside looking in, is the hustle. Like, every time I look up, you're doing a show, or you're doing a freestyle, or you're performing, or it's just always you got your hand in something. So can you tell us like what drives you, that consistency, or you know what I mean, the energy to stay active?
You know what I'm saying, the main thing is my daughter. I got a 2-year-old daughter, so she the reason I even picked up the mic, to want to secure a future, to get something better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, like I said earlier, I was a class clown. I didn't really do well with the grades and things like that, so I didn't really have a future in college and things like that. I mean, I could hoop, but she the reason I picked up the mic, and then I just pushed so hard on. It's like a habit. Right. It's like a habit I can't really break, like biting your nails or something. Like I get antsy if I feel like I'm slowing down or somebody ain't hearing something. I push it twice. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to not do it. You know, I go through phones, all type of stuff, because I put, you know what I'm saying, I'm always on the joints.
Yeah.
They always dead, you know, I gotta keep a charger with me. I don't know, the promo is like, to me, to going in the studio and recording and writing and all that, that's the easy part. The fun part is promoting it to me.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
What the people gotta say. Yeah, I mean, I like to rap, I like to get on the mic, but I'm past the point where that really excites me. Unless I got a beat that I'm just like, yeah, let me get that in there right there, like right now.
Right. I feel you. Past the creation, you looking more so at the reception.
Yeah, I feel like I've formed a nice enough style to where I can focus on getting it heard. You know? Before I used to focus on making sure the lines was right and this was good. Now I want to focus on getting it heard.
I know exactly what you're saying, man. That's crazy. But Yeah, man, I wanted to give the people a sample, you know, of what you can do. But before we head to the studio, can you let them know where to get your music and collab with you, all those type of things?
Hit me up, www.shuicideholla.com. That's SHUICIDEHOLLA.com. You can grab the album off there free of charge. All 4 of my previous mixtapes, you can click. I got all my social links on there: SoundCloud, Hawkshare, YouTube, whatever. You can get on there and get any of it. You can hit me up for a collab at Shuicide Collab. That's SHUICIDE collab at yahoo.com. I will have my secretary get back with you ASAP. We can go from there.
There you go, man. Hit up your boy Shuicide Holla, man. Check out his music, collab with him, whatever you want to do, man. Very talented, upcoming Cleveland artist. And once again, it's your boy Sicksteen, Yesterdays Nothing TV, and we're about to head to the booth, man. Shuicide Holla about to spit some bars for you, so let's do it.
Let's go.
Yesterdays Nothing TV, we're back. About to head into the booth with your boy Shuicide Holla. Go check him out.
Clockwork. It's me. Love. For those who don't know, I go by the name of Shuicide Holla, Ohio's Lyricist of the Year. We in the booth. Shout out Sicksteen, Yesterday's Nothing. Shout out Sircus Films. I wanna talk to y'all. Feel me? Love. So many be flocking as if they rockin' with you. They wanna gossip who harder than you. Get your life together, live it secure. Though my vision is poor, I see the path to be somewhat higher in class. Hoping some admires my passion. Unreliable, absent from my presence. Shine was fluorescent, they took my son just for reppin'. I'm a fiend you should call. Not K-Shine when I'm yelling, give him some more. I had to answer opportunities knocking. He got on jewelry, watching my God on voice of opposition, cocking his pistol. Blotting the sticky, plotted thicken like whipping up a hot cake batter with nothing more than a drop of liquid. Got my drift, y'all? I throw it up, you just bang on them. I'm Chris Paul. And stature I may be small, but mentality makes me large as sickness. Surrounded by midgets, yet don't play with these guards. 11 and 12th men on benches, holding a handful of switches like mama used to. You paid to wipe your face clean and glazing, la mama used you. To each his own. Many told me leave it alone, but I fiend for hip hop like these homies fiend for a stone. Dope, 2 extra O's of soap, chopping some soda, just hoping it got the odor. BM tripping ends insufficient. You got a 10, let me get it. Voice of a collect, cause I dish him this dummy. I'ma get me this money, mine stay the most. So many senseless killings, feeling like this crime rate a hoax. Seem the blind take the most. Lives, chances, and dreams, natural things of a century they can't see. Hungry but can't eat, large appetite, and this can't be right. Some bitches killed a 3-year-old daughter, this can't be life. This can't be life, I swear it can't be life. You gotta be sleep like 2 fairy present. Rotogy at blueberry heaven, you won't land tonight. You won't land tonight, said you won't land tonight, nigga. Rock with me. So classic, man. It's a classic beat, you know. Once again, I go by the name of Shuicide Holla. We live. Yesterday's Nothing. Cleveland is the city I rep. Catch me. Word life.
Yo, 16, Yesterday's Nothing TV. We signing off. Thank you for tuning in, man. Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to the whole rest of the world. Shout out to the homie Shuicide Holla, the first guest on Yesterday's Nothing TV, man. Monumental. Big shout out to him, man. Gotta shout out to our sponsors. First off, Clockwork Music Group. Homie right over here, man. Mike and Kenny. Hit them up for your music needs, man. Recording, beats, all of that. Second up, Sircus Films, man. The people right. The people behind the camera. Very talented. Hit them up for your videography needs, your commercials, your music videos, whatever. Last but not least, man, shout out to the homie at Been Eating Good, man. Money Made Garner. Dope apparel, straight out of Cleveland, so hit them up. Been Eating Good, man. So, it's 16. It's Shuicide Holla.
It's
Yesterday's Nothing TV. We out of here.